Imam Mahmud Hasan Deobandi was born in the year 1890 in the Indian city of Bareilly during British rule in India. He was born into a religious Muslim family, and during his youth he witnessed the persecution of Muslims at the hands of the British, as his teacher was exiled from India after he spoke out against British rule. However, Imam Mahmud refused to be intimidated, and after completing his education at the Darul Uloom Deoband Islamic University, he became an Imam and used his position to speak out against British rule. Due to his eloquence, Imam Mahmud Hasan quickly gained thousands of followers, and after realizing the power and influence of Indian Muslims, Imam Mahmud decided to plan an armed struggle to liberate India from British rule. At the start of World War I in 1914, Imam Mahmud sent some of his followers to Afghanistan and the Ottoman Empire, and he managed to secure funding and weapons from both the Ottoman Caliph and the King of Afghanistan. After gaining Ottoman and Afghan support, Imam Mahmud declared a jihad against the British and assembled an army of thousands of volunteers. These volunteers were sent to training camps in neighboring Afghanistan, where they received military training. Once Imam Mahmud's army was ready for war, he established secret bases across India in regions such as Delhi, Punjab, Sindh, and Waziristan. The guerrilla army of Imam Mahmud frequently attacked British military posts in these regions, resulting in the killing of dozens of British soldiers. The British eventually realized that Imam Mahmud was the mastermind behind these attacks, and they tried to arrest him. However, Imam Mahmud left India and took refuge in the Ottoman Empire, where he met Ottoman officials and secured a steady supply of weapons from the Ottoman Empire to his rebel army in India. However, in the year 1916, while Imam Mahmud was in the city of Medina, the Arab leader known as Sharif Hussain collaborated with the British and began a rebellion against the Ottoman government. In the midst of these events, the British discovered that Mahmud Hasan was in the city of Medina, and they called on Sharif Hussain to hand him over to the British. Sharif Hussain handed over Imam Mahmud to the British, and he was arrested and taken to a prison on the island of Malta, where he spent 4 years. After years of torture in the British prison, Imam Mahmud Hasan Deobandi was released in the year 1920, and he received a hero's welcome upon his return to India. After returning to India, Imam Mahmud continued speaking out against the British. However, after his failed armed rebellion, he gave up armed resistance and tried to fight the British ideologically. He established an organization dedicated to fighting Christianity and atheism, which was being promoted by the British. Imam Mahmud also issued a fatwa calling on all Indian Muslims to boycott British goods, British schools and colleges, and government jobs. I have never issued a fatwa of disbelief on learning any foreign language or acquiring the sciences and arts of other nations. However, it has been observed that the final effect of English education is that people have become colored in the color of Christianity, or mock their religion and its followers with atheistic insults, or start worshipping the provisional government. Therefore, it is better for a Muslim to remain ignorant than to receive such an education. As a result of this fatwa, thousands of Indian Muslims stopped working for the British government. Imam Mahmud Hasan Deobandi continued to act as a major enemy of the British Empire until he passed away in November 1920 in the city of Delhi. Throughout his life, Imam Mahmud also left behind many books, such as his collection of poetry and his translation of the Quran from Arabic to Urdu.